So ultimately, the question is, what kind of trader are you and what's your trading personality type? So every person who is going to endeavor to be a trader has to first of all ask themselves what kind of trader they will be, and this will determine what kind of results they're going to seek. So there are different types of traders, and this is usually or primarily determined by the amount of time you're willing to invest in this business. So if you have no time, you can be a position trader. So a position trader is a person who takes a position and maybe holds this position for weeks or months. If you have part-time, if you want to trade part-time, if you want to trade no time, if you want to trade full-time. If you want to trade part-time, then you can be a swing trader, which means that you can enter a position and check on it regularly during the day. But generally your positions would be on a daily or to a weekly range, and you can trade full time, and this will be a person who is a day trader. However, trading as a day trader takes more skill than a position trader. A position trader usually has less risk because of the time span, because when you move away from something, you can usually see with a clearer vision. You can have a better picture of what's going on than when you have a microscopic view. So in my opinion, being a day trader is like trying to operate on an ant, while being a position trader is trying to operate on an elephant. So you have better luck as a beginner trading a larger time frame. But the sweet spot, as you can see, is the swing trader. So as a swing trader, which is what I normally do, is that you can trade at your own pace, at your own time. And this is why I have the time to actually make this video. And when I'm doing this, it means that during the day I can take some time to just go through some other charts and look at some other trades. As I trade, I'm more and more leaning towards global macro trading, and this is very interesting to me because I can look at the different economies and I can make decisions based on international capital flows, and this is very interesting to me. And you have to know what kind of trader you're gonna be. Some people are more comfortable being day traders, and which means that they have to think fast, they have to be more spontaneous, and I'm more analytical. I'm more analytical, and I don't like to think so fast, although I can, which is why I started trading options in the beginning, but that didn't work well for me because I do like to analyze and to really know what's going on, and then I can make that decision. So you should just really know what works for you, and also you can be a systems trader or a discretionary trader, and all of these are very different, and they're all geared to who you actually are and what sort of results you're actually seeking. And so right now I'm just watching the market. Yeah. So you can just be a discretionary trader, which means that you make your own decisions, and as a systems trader means that you are always you don't actually make decisions, but the decisions are made automatically, which means that when A and B happens, C and D is supposed to happen no matter what. And this is a systems trader. So sometimes as a systems trader, you can actually have your own algorithm and your own trading signal software, whatever you do. And this is something that I think is pretty interesting, but I'm more interested in having a hybrid of these two operations. The reason why I'd like a hybrid is because the machine has so many limitations. I don't think that computers are smart. I think that they're actually dumb, but they make people dumber. But when you have the advantage of what the computer thinks coupled with what you as a person intuitively know, then you have an incredible edge. So there's this video that I watched. Steve Jobs was talking about how a bicycle is the greatest invention, and how it has given us the ability to move expending less energy than any other animal in the world. So if we're gonna move, let's say 10 meters walking, maybe a cheetah is gonna do it faster than I will. And if I walk, the cheetah is still gonna do it faster and use less energy. But if I use a bicycle, then I'm gonna do the same thing but use less energy, which means that I'm more efficient. So the best thing to do is to have a system whereby you have a mixture of all of these things, so that you can also be a scalper. A scalper is a person who is operating on an ant, right? But then instead of just operating on the ant's limbs, this scalper decides to do a brain transplant on the ant. Because scalping means that you're just going for like a tick or 2 ticks or 3 ticks or something like that. So this is the most dangerous type of trading. And if you're going to be scalping, it means that you're going to be looking at very, very, very minute moves, which means that you need a very, very big account. While on the other hand, if you're intraday trading, it means that your moves are perhaps 20 to 30 pips a day. And while you're a swing trader, you're looking at 100 pips and above, maybe 500 pips. And a positions trader, you're looking at 300 pips to 1,000 pips or something like that. So all of these people make money in different degrees. You just have to figure out what is up with you. And the type of trader that you're going to be is really determined by who you are. And in the video that I was speaking about, what is your investment personality, you have to go through that and understand what I was getting at. But to sum it up, there are only 2 types of traders, or 2 types of investors, 2 types of business people, 2 types of entrepreneurs. And you're either going to be an investigator or you're going to be a detective. So in trading, what you're doing is you're detecting trends. You have to detect where the price is going to move, where the price is going to turn, where it's going to go. And you can also be an investigator, which means that you're investing. So this means that you're investigating what has happened in the past and what is likely to happen in the future. So in all of this, you're just generally doing detective work. You're like a cop. So you're just looking at these different clues. And this is what investing is all about. It's all about detective work. So if you're comfortable doing this, then it means that you're going to be going through a lot of details. You're going to be sort of researching. You're going to be going through some information that is unrelated to the current information, but that is imperative for you to know what the future holds. So what George Orwell says, which I think is pretty brilliant, he says that the people who control the past control the future. The people who control the present control the past. So trading has this 3-dimensional view. You have to be able to see all of the different causalities and the links among the different things. And it's not linear. It's not just to say that if I do this, I'm going to do that. This is why systems trading is limited to some extent, and this is why discretionary trading is also limited to some extent, because there are some causalities and some links, some correlations, some disparities, some intermarket activities. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. And this is why I would recommend trading for everybody, because there is something for everyone. It entices your intellect, it fattens your bank account, it gives you something to do, and it's better than spending your whole day watching cartoons. I do like cartoons, but it's better than that. It's even better than Adventure Time. So, in everything that you do, it means that there's something that is linked to trading. If you're a person who's more inclined to things like accounting, there's something for you there. If you're inclined to something to do with racing, which is a world apart from accounting, there's something for you there. So this would determine whether you're an investor or investigative type or a detective type. So this is all Sherlock Holmes, and one of the ways to see what type of trader you would be is to just look at your interests, just your general interests. If you like observing things, if you like organizing, if you like mystery, and all of these things, these are just indicators that tell you whether you'd fare well as a trader. But some of the most important things would be just what you have, just what draws you to the markets. And if you're a person who's actually listened to this video this far, then I think you have what it takes. And if you're a person who is a person with a voracious appetite for knowledge, a person who really wants to learn things every day, and most of all, a humble person, then you have a fair chance of making it as a trader. And in this trade, you have so many opportunities, and the downside is that you could lose a couple of hundreds, or maybe even thousands, maybe even millions. But the upside to this is virtually limitless. You could make as much money as you want to make as a trader. So the only thing that you have to do is to invest the time and to detect what works best for you. So a person who is more like a detective, quick to see things, should be a person who is inclined to trading in that type of style. A person who's more investigative, who is more analytical, should invest in learning how to exploit that innate ability. So thank you so much, and just know what type of trader you are and learn to move towards that. And I've been trading for a couple of years, and I want to be able to fulfill my objective, the objective that I made to myself, and to be able to really clarify what goes on in the world. Because when you're a global macro trader, just like Stanley Druckenmiller or George Soros, they are the epitome of global macro. Even Ray Dalio. But all of these traders, they're very liberal in their information to some extent. Well, they won't tell you exactly how they do it, but they tell you how they do it. But in all of this, you see that when you're in this type of business, this financial sphere, what is happening is that you are seeing the links of everything and seeing how money runs the world. Yeah, it really does run everything in the world, because everything costs money. So whether a person is poor, rich, middle class, or hippie, it doesn't matter, because everyone uses money, everyone needs money. And the way that the money flows all over the world is how you actually gain an understanding of the world around you. Right now, wherever you are, the money that is circulating in your environment, in your country, in your state, is what's determining what you're doing at this moment and what you'll do in the future. But the moment for you to take control and to really choose what you're going to be doing is the moment that you begin to know how this money flows around you, and then you begin to create your own orbit. So thanks a lot, and I hope to hear from you soon. If you have any questions, just let me know. And if you want to read my book, just let me know. And everything else is in your hands. So just make sure that you continuously invest in yourself and investigate the markets.